I've seen a lot of videos in my recommended recently about Minecraft becoming boring. The overall theme with these seems to be that we're burning out as we grow, or that progression systems are awful, especially in, Minecraft. While I believe there is some truth to this, I also believe that we are focusing too much on things we see in content we consume. Hardcore became really popular and I really wanted to do a hardcore series, but I could not get the hang of it. I was miserable trying to play something I didn't enjoy the challenge of. I personally enjoy the slow pace of the game. Spending hours exploring and building, playing with new mechanics because they're new and it's fun. So when after a year of barely playing Minecraft, my friend messaged me saying she had reopened a server we used to play, I was on immediately. I spent nearly 100 hours on that server since it got reopened and I still haven't got Netherite. Instead, I focused on the parts that I enjoy, building and exploring. The server is on 1.20 due to limitations of a plugin we use, which I hadn't played 1.20 yet when this server came about. However, I have went through the motions of it and learned all the new mechanics. I went through and got ancient debris to discover afterwards that I needed an upgrade template, something that wasn't in the game and did not know existed until that exact point. And now I want to get all of the armor trims. I've been putting them on my diamond armor, but haven't obviously got Netherite yet, so can't do that. But I want to collect them all. I want to go and get all of this cool stuff, just because I can. And a lot of the videos I see seem to ignore that Minecraft isn't an RPG or an MMO where your only job is to level up. We have so much that makes it different to that. It's a sandbox. So you don't need to fight. Plenty of people play on peaceful or creative for these reasons. The ability to explore and build is a massive thing in the game. And one of the oldest worlds me and one of my friends play on is a creative world that has existed since we played on the PlayStation 3. This doesn't mean that people who play for combat are wrong. It's fun, it's part of the game. I've considered speedrunning just to say I've done it, since I've done it with maps like Terra Swoop Force, but I also realised that I would probably hate grinding it like that. And I'm terrible at survival anyway. I keep losing all my gear any time we play. And I really enjoy it. I'm just terrible at it. But I really enjoy the community I have on the servers I play. My realm, this server, I haven't actually really been on the realm, but I've been playing the server constantly because of the people that are on there. Everyone that is there, despite it being an incredibly small community, and just a group of friends that play when we can. It's supportive, we all build really cool stuff, and we show it to each other. And some of it I haven't seen, because apparently people have been building stuff just so it can be found later. Which I want to do as well, with a statue of the server owner's alternative account skin, who we just call, our god. It's the server's religion, it's kind of funny. But I've, instead of doing all this, fighting and all that, put my time into building. I have a castle, I've made a small library where players can give me their writing, their stories, diaries, anything they want to give me. And I plan to make copies of everything I'm given to be displayed in chiseled bookshelves on the actual library floor. And I've spent hours mapping out the areas I know we've built on just so that we have that. It looks cool, and it was a really fun project despite it costing me a lot of resources. Beating the game isn't even one of my priorities. We aren't going to touch the dragon for months until everyone will be free. And I almost cried once because I lost a few stacks of stone dying in lava. I had full diamond gear, I was more upset about the cobble. And I think a big issue with why a lot of people are burning out is Minecraft YouTube and streaming and that. And not to say it's bad. I want to be a Minecraft YouTuber. I'm horrible at it, so I don't. But I do think the content that we are seeing is a big issue. Minecraft Hardcore got really popular, and people are trying their hardest to get to the end dragon and do all this stuff really quickly, and forgetting about the other aspects of the game because speedrunning is cool. And we are forgetting these massive builds, and I think the reason for that is that takes a long time to learn and do. Whereas you can kill the Ender Dragon fast and then be like, oh, I killed the Ender Dragon in under an hour. And be happy about it and show it off. But it makes it harder to enjoy the game. Because you are constantly just trying to finish. And reach that finish line and get a prize, and that's it. I personally grew up, and a lot of older Minecraft players grew up on DanTDM and Stampy, where they went through their Minecraft Let's Play series slow. Stampy and iBallistic Squid's Quest to Kill the Ender Dragon series ran 24 episodes before they finally killed the Ender Dragon, and even then, they continued that series for, I believe, 200 episodes, where they built and had fun. Same with Stampy's Lovely World. I do not know if he killed the Ender Dragon in that. I have not watched all of it. But the majority of that series was building these amazing mini-games and shops. And it was so fun to watch. Because you were watching people have fun. You weren't looking at them and going, oh, we have to fight the Ender Dragon and do all this and get all this. It was just people having fun, building stuff. And granted, I've not rewatched any of this stuff. I've not rewatched the DanTDM's Xbox Survival series. I'm not sure he even fought the Ender Dragon. None of the thumbnails show the Ender Dragon. None of the titles even allude to it. Talking about DanTDM, I want to bring up mods. Mods add a lot of what people who are criticising Minecraft for being boring want. New weapons and harder bosses, progression systems similar to those of RPGs and games like Terraria. New bosses to fight. And if you have the power to run mods, that may be the fun thing for you to do. Because that was what I wanted to play Minecraft for. Some of my favourite Minecraft videos, and one of the reasons I built my own PC, was Minecraft mod videos, like those of DanTDM on popular MMOs. Growing up as a console player and seeing all this cool stuff made me really want to play Java. And my old PC was not strong enough to run these massive overhauling mods that I wanted to play. So I built a new one. Obviously saved up a lot of money working really hard to do so, but I got there. And I remember one summer when I was about 10 sitting and watching my uncle play modded Minecraft with all the mods that I really wanted to play with. And he didn't let me play with him, which it makes sense. I was 10, the computer was probably really expensive. And I would just sit and watch as long as he would let me. And then all my cousins would show up and we'd all get kicked out because he didn't want a bunch of children sitting and distracting him from his game time. And when I got back from that, I practically begged for Java. And I eventually did get it on an old laptop I had, running about 10 frames per second. And I remember the first thing that I realised was that sheep dropped mutton, because PlayStation didn't have that at the time. But I was really happy to finally have Java. It was a step in the direction I wanted to go. And despite definitely not knowing how to or being able to load mods on that computer, I had a stepping stone. And then Bedrock Edition came out, and it had the marketplace where you can get the plugins and maps built in. You don't have to go out and try and download this stuff from a random site. You know where you are. And it does require money, but it's more accessible. Maybe if you're losing the fun, you do need to change it up a bit. Check out hardcore or maps, or play a server, or try modding it if you can. Or maybe you just need a break. Playing or doing the same thing over and over again does take its toll. Slowly you'll lose interest and want to do other things, and you won't be getting the same boost in those happy chemicals as you used to. And that's okay. As people, we are allowed to change and grow and take time to figure things out. Maybe you'll put the game down and never play it again, or maybe like me, you'll get a message on a random Friday night that will kickstart your love again. This game has had a massive overhaul in the past few years, and it's okay to be out of depth with it or not like aspects. While it has introduced new stuff that a lot of people find fun, it may also not be what people want. And for every new block and decoration, there's a layer of things that you have to try and survive. So, if you are feeling like the game is becoming boring, maybe take a break. Go take a walk, look at the sky, read a book. Or maybe try something new gaming-wise. Maybe you need to spend a few weeks playing a shooter or a puzzle game or something else. Or maybe you need to touch grass and breathe fresh air. And maybe you might not come back to it. It was still part of your life and you enjoyed it. Don't sour it by forcing yourself to continue. Instead, think about the happy times you had, either playing alone or with a group of friends, and move on. Yes, you may come back to it. Or you might not, and that is okay. It does not mean that the game is bad, it doesn't mean that you are boring. Maybe you just don't enjoy it anymore, and that's fine. You don't have to rationalise it by deciding that the game is bad. Just accept that you are a different person to who you were.